You know, Taylor, you'll have to fact check me here on this, but I think it was 9 years ago that CW launched the second show in the Arrowverse called The Flash, a show that I thought was a bad idea to make. I thought this was going to just not work. It'd be too silly on a CW thing. But you know what? I actually became a big fan of that show. I enjoyed Flash very, very much, at least up to a point. It's kind of a show that has more than run its course, and no pun intended. And it's probably already 1 or 2 seasons past the expiration date on its shelf life. But for many years, I really enjoyed the show. And one of the big reasons I've enjoyed it is because I thought Grant Gustin, and I want to word this properly, Grant Gustin was a perfect CW Flash. Grant Gustin was a perfect iteration of Flash for the CW. He had the charm, he had that charisma about him, he had that sweetness kind of about him at the same time. He always came across as this average dude who just had this power thrust upon him. And I was going to say something about my Tinder profile, but I won't. And for that reason, he has been fantastic in the role. Well, he just finished shooting. They are now airing the final season, and he just finished shooting his last scene as Flash. And he put up a post on his social media. If you scroll down a little bit there, Jonathan, you should see it. He put up this post of him hanging up his outfit for the first time. And you could tell it was an emotional moment for him. Because he had 2 parts to the costume. The one part he says, this part I don't usually hang this up. I usually take this home and wash it, but no point in washing it now. Then he hung up the main bodysuit, gave it a pat on the chest, and said, what did he say? Like, thanks, buddy, or something like that. Yeah, and you know what? You forget that it has been that long. He's been playing this character at minimum a third of his life.
Imagine being in the post-production offices for the Flash movie. I mean, the pre-production offices.
He was there practically your whole life, all of your children's lives. But no, seriously, Grant Gustin, I mean, he's a little bit older than 27, but Grant Gustin has almost been playing this character almost a third of his life, right? And to hit that moment, and I'm sure at this point, he's thinking about looking forward to not being the Flash, looking forward to not having 12-hour shooting days. And I'm sure there's a part of him that's very much looking forward to the break. But when you realize that this is a big, significant chapter of his life, and it's coming to an end, and then I thought about, man, we've been living with this Flash for like 8-9 years. And not all of it great, but a lot of it was. And as the whole Arrowverse project, the whole Arrowverse era is now wrapping up and coming to a conclusion, this is one of the more bittersweet ones. I thought he did a terrific job, and I hope that, you know, the accolades he gets moving forward, and I hope we get to see his career move forward, because I hope this isn't one of those situations where, oh yeah, he was the Flash, and then we never see him in anything again. He's got chops, he's got talent. I want to see more of him. You had a chance to see this video, Chris. I remember watching, I thought, Chris would probably really, really like this video. What did you think of it?
I love it. I've been making myself sad watching all of their things. I've full disclosure, I've been watching these more than I've been watching the most recent season of Flash. I did fall off the bandwagon here, but you know, he's been posting videos. Candace has been posting videos, and it's been really, really heartbreaking and lovely to see how much they cared about this show and what an important part of it was in their lives. And for me, the Flash kind of, you know, lines up with my trajectory of being an Angelino. I moved here around the time the show was starting.
Oh, wow.
It was one of my first really big auditions. Logan read for Barry Allen. Of course, Aaron Cummings was on that show too. So like a lot of my friends worked in the production studios on this one too. So it's something that kind of is this little weird television tick marker in, you know, my life in LA. So I really loved that first season. I thought it was wonderful. I didn't know that show could be better than Arrow, and then it really found its stride and had some really, really fun, wonderful things and some really great other characters. I'm really excited to see those other folks too kind of jumping off as well. The actor who plays Cisco has a musical show coming up on Amazon that I'm really excited about. So hopefully we'll see Grant Gustin doing more too, because he's fantastic.
I'm going to need you to back up a minute. Mm-hmm. Your husband Logan read for Barry Allen?
Logan read for Barry Allen.
Really?
Yeah. And which, like, when we watched the pilot, Logan was like, oh yeah, I'm not right for this part at all. I was like, yeah, you're like a Wally or a reverse. He's better than bad Philip.
So let me Ray, let me ask you a question. I want your opinion on this. We saw Ezra Miller pop up with Grant Gustin's Barry in the CW Crisis on Infinite Earths. What are the chances at this point now? Do you think that even just for a scene, we see them return the favor and that we see Grant Gustin's Flash pop up in Ezra Miller's Flash movie come up? What do you think the chances of that?
There's no way.
No way?
I think if something like that were to be in the film wouldn't even be released by Zaslav. I don't think he's
Really?
I don't think. Well, you know what? Because it is dealing with the time.
Yeah, like with the multiple
I-
possibilities and realities.
Shoot. I'm gonna say no.
All right. You know,
I'm gonna say no.
I think I would lean no too, but not a hard no. Like maybe 40% chance it happens.
Because from the trailer, just the looks of it, if they went to like, it looks a lot of it looks serious. Like a lot of it is really like the tone of it. Like I don't know if they could fit something like that in there.
I don't know. Maybe when he's running through the Speed Force,
Oh,
like
just
as
sees
he's
him?
running, he sees the other Barry running.
you know.
Says, hey, how you doing? Good. And then I don't know. They could do something
spend all
like
that money on that part right there.
Who knows? All right, guys. Question is for you. What do you think about this? Did you have a chance to see this video that Grant Gustin did and put up on social media? I thought it was very bittersweet, not just for him as the performer, but for a lot of us who watched this show for years, and it's really the end of an era. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. Guys, it's the new year. Do you remember those New Year's goals you promised yourself you'd stick to? HelloFresh is here to help you eat better by delivering fresh ingredients and easy recipes right to your door, taking the hassle out of dinner time. Looking for an easy way to eat well and save money? Cut back on expensive takeout and delivery and get started with HelloFresh. You'll love how fast, easy, and affordable it is to whip up a restaurant-quality meal right in your own kitchen. My wife Ann and I have been constantly impressed by HelloFresh. Not only how absolutely delicious the food is, but how easy it is to prepare and how much fun we have doing it. Go to HelloFresh.com/Campea60 and use the code Campea60 for 60% off plus free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/Campea60 for 60% off plus free shipping. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.